Hi guys, welcome once again to my channel. I humbly send my greetings to you all. Irrespective of where you are watching us from, kindly subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share this video until it gets to 1 million subscribers out there. It could serve us so. Remember, in our introductory session, we did mention the fact that we will be addressing two broad areas of legal matters, which are criminal and civil matters. Today we are commencing our full session with civil matters on the topic tenancy. Tenancy is a very broad area of law. Due to the broad area of tenancy, we cannot finish everything today. We will be addressing other areas of tenancy in our subsequent videos. Do well to click on the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever we post a new video. Also, watch this video to the end as I'll be teaching you 3 things to do in order to avoid landlord and tenant wahala. Searching for an accommodation, we all know, is one of the most difficult things to do. It comes with so many risks. You have to deal with multiple viewing of an apartment and houses which do not live up to what you've been promised or shown in the picture. Dealing with multiple agents who think they can pull a fast one on you. Dealing with so many unexplained fees. So if you finally find your dream house, ensure that your right is being protected. That is why our focus today will be on the right of a landlord and tenant. We are starting with a tenant, right of a tenant, because we have so many tenants in the country than the landlord. Lots of landlord and tenants do not know their rights. That is why it sometimes ends in situations like this. To avoid that, grab your pen and paper, sit on your comfortable couch, watch and listen. Rights of a tenant. Number 1, right to a property. As a tenant, you are entitled, you have the right to rent any property anywhere in the country, notwithstanding your state of origin or nationality. So that thing that the landlord will tell you, I don't want an Igbo man in my house, I don't want a Calabar woman in my house, I don't want my house to be given to a Malian or Cameroonian, is absolutely wrong. Number 2, right to a well-written tenancy agreement. A tenancy agreement is an important document that outlines the terms of tenancy in the property. And this is the most important right of every tenant. The tenancy agreement must contain full name of the landlord, your full name as a tenant, full description of the property, duration of tenancy, payment information, that is amount to be paid and account to make payment, expiration date of tenancy, next renewal of payment, right to read before signing. I know a lot of us, we don't like reading, but I must advise, read the tenancy agreement from the beginning to the end, line by line, back to back, before you append your signature. Do not be forced into signing the tenancy agreement without reading. Always seek the advice of a lawyer with regard to the terms of the contract. That is why we are here for you. As a tenant, you are entitled to request from your landlord a well-written tenancy agreement. Once you enter into an agreement to rent an apartment or a house, always request for a well-written tenancy agreement from your landlord. Do not subscribe to an oral agreement. I repeat, do not subscribe to an oral agreement. Although in law, a tenancy agreement below 3 years need not be in writing. Above 3 years must be in writing for the tenancy to be valid. As a legal friend, I'll advise, always request for a well-written tenancy agreement from your landlord, no matter the duration of tenancy, to avoid stories that touches the heart. Because in future, if issues arises, the first legal document that will be relied upon to determine whether you are a lawful tenant is the tenancy agreement. When the landlord refuses to issue with a tenancy agreement, ask your lawyer to prepare one and give it to him to sign. If he refuses to sign, opt out of that agreement, terminate that agreement and ask for a refund. Number 3, right to a receipt of payment. Once you pay your rent, you are entitled to be issued with a receipt of payment by the landlord. Ensure that the receipt of payment contains your full name as a tenant, amount paid, location of the property, duration of tenancy. My first advice for you under this right is that once you pay your rent, quickly request for a receipt from your landlord. Ask for it. It is your right. Do not say, actual, the landlord is my uncle, he is my brother, the landlord is my great grandfather. Even if the landlord is your sugar daddy or your boyfriend, ask for your receipt. Do not sleep on your rights, because if anything happens, he is likely to deny you. And you landlords, do not hesitate to issue your tenants with a receipt of payment. If you fail to do so, it will be absolutely wrong and will amount to an offense. You may be penalized for it. Secondly, always try to pay your rent to your landlord or an attorney genuinely acting on behalf of your landlord and not to some agent who may decide to disappear fiam with your money. And if this happens, the landlord will obviously deny you, thereby throwing you out of his property. And you cannot do anything or blame the landlord because he will be right for doing so. The only solution would be for you to arrest the agent, that's if you find him, and claim a refund. Lastly, if the landlord refuses to issue with a receipt of payments, bring out your pen and paper and draft this statement. So I drafted the statement here already to show to you. This is it. Can you see? Please pardon me if you're not seeing my face. As long as you're seeing this, it suffices. All right, are we good? Can you see that? So you draft the statement saying, this dash day of dash. So that day's date. For instance, today's date is 18 February. So we'll be using today's date. Now, this 18th day of February 2023, so for instance, my name is Eme Manasseh. So that will be your name. Your name is what you write here, not my name. So I'm just using my name for the purposes of this example. So you say, this 18th day of February 2023, Eme Manasseh, in brackets, you write tenant. So after writing your name there as a tenant, you put in bracket tenant, paid an amount of, depending on the amount paid. So for this purpose, we are using 500,000 naira to Mr. You put down the name of your landlord. So for this purpose, we are using Jasper Manasseh. So paid an amount of 500,000 naira to Mr. Jasper Manasseh, in bracket you write landlord, for a nature of apartment. Is it a 3-bedroom? Is it a single room safe con? Is it a full house? So for this purpose, we are using 3-bedroom apartment. So 3-bedroom apartment situated at number, the location of the property. So number 115 or plot 115, Idumota, Ikeja, Lagos. Wherever the location is, you put it there. This tenancy, so you proceed to say this tenancy will last for, so the duration of the tenancy is what you put here. Is it for 2 years? Is it for 3 years? Is it for 5 years? So for this purpose, we are using 2 years. Starting from this date, so today's date, for instance, you calculate the period of 2 years and write down the dates in here. Then thereafter, you now write name, signature, and date. Can you see? Sorry if you're not seeing well. All right. So you write your name, you sign, then you put the day's date. You're getting me, right? And then this space will be for landlord, the name, signature, and date. Ensure that he puts down his name. Even if he does not write his name, write his name for him and ensure he signs. Let him use his hand to sign there and then put down the date. The most important thing in here is for him to sign. So even if you write his name here and you put down the date, give it to him, give it to the landlord to sign. Then you come down here, right, in the presence of. So you will be needing 2 witnesses. Can you see? Hope you're seeing. You'll be needing 2 witnesses to witness and attest to this in case of any issues arising, to avoid unnecessary stories that touches the heart. So you look for 2 witnesses. It could be your brother, it could be your friend, anybody that you know that you can call upon to come and prove this and speak on your behalf with respect to this. So you put down name, signature, and dates. Let your first witness write his or her name, and then let him or her sign, and then put down the date. Then also you will do that for the second witness as well. Yes, so this is the first witness, this is the second witness. The same thing. You understand? Like, are we good? So this will serve as an evidence, proof of payment. If the landlord refuses to issue with receipt of payment, this is what you're going to do. This is exactly what you would do to prove that you had paid money to the landlord. You know that money is involved, so that you will not come and be crying. The country is out already to be losing money. So this is where we'll be drawing our curtain for today. We have 4 more rights to discuss. Kindly join us in our next video to see these rights. In the beginning of this video, we promise that we are going to be teaching you 3 things to do to avoid landlord and tenant wahala. Number 1, pay your rent as at when due. Number 2, pay upfront. What do we mean by paying upfront? 6 months to the expiration of your tenancy. If you have the money, go gingerly to your landlord and pay to him. Number 3, negotiation. Negotiate with your landlord. Your landlord is human. We all know how things are currently. Beg him, plead with him, talk to him, plead with him to give you some time to pay up. He can give you a period of 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, depending on the landlord. If after the expiration of this period, you are not able to pay, plead with him to extend the time. And once the time is extended, ensure you pay your rent. So that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Bye-bye.